Today I'm going to prove to you that physical reality is an illusion and that you are actually dreaming to be in physical reality right now. And I'm going to explain to you how you can use this knowledge to change the contents of your dream or to experience anything you want. I'm going to start this video by quoting Neville Goddard, and then I'm going to elaborate further on this. Now, back in 1954, I awoke from a dream hearing these words: "You do not move in waking any more than you move on your bed in sleep. It is all a movement of mind. The intensity is determined by the strength of the vortex you create, which is just like a whirlwind with a center of perfect stillness. You only believe that you are moving when you are awake, as you think you move in sleep. You and I came here tonight in our cars, and throughout my lifetime I have traveled all over the world in ships and planes. We have all traveled, yet I know what I heard and wrote down. I know that I have traveled in my dreams, and yet I know I have not physically left my room. For when I awoke in the morning, I was still on the bed upon which I fell asleep. So I ask you, is this waking state no more than a dream? Is there a dreamer in the depths of my being who looks upon this world as a dream, just as I, who having gone to a little lower of the dream at night, awake to find I haven't left my bed at dawn? If you don't think it's a dream, take some section of your life that seems beyond redemption and rearrange it in your mind's eye. Make it as you would like it to be. Persuade yourself of its truth and wait, because its fulfillment has its own appointed hour. It will come into your objective world to bear witness to the reality of your assumption. If I know it is a dream, I can change the dream. If it's reality, I cannot change it. But if it's a dream, and I am the reality, I can change it relative to myself. If I am the dreamer, well, I know I am the dreamer, and so I can suggest a change of the dream and produce corresponding changes in the outer world, which is the dream. For I can change the dream if I know it's a dream. So what does Neville mean when he says, I am the dreamer? Who is this dreamer in you who is dreaming your outer self or your physical body and everything in this physical reality into being? The dreamer in you is your consciousness or your awareness of being, which is God and which is who you truly are, or your true body. Your physical body is not your real body, but rather your physical body was simply imagined and is being sustained through imagining by your true being, which is your imagination or your consciousness. So your true self is your imagination. And once your imagination stops imagining being your outer self or your physical body dies. And this is exactly why everything in this physical reality is temporary, meaning everything disintegrates or dies after a while. Why? Because everything on this level is not real. It's just the shadow or the dream of your true being, which is your consciousness or imagination. Listen to what Neville is saying. Everything in this world comes into being, it waxes, it wanes, and then it vanishes. Everything. Man comes, he waxes, he wanes, and he departs. A tree comes, even the sequoias, so they may be 4,000, 5,000, 8,000 years old, but they will go. Everything will go. The stars are melting away, So you take trillions of light years, but they are melting away. Everything is melting away. Because the whole thing is the dream of the gods. I am from above, you from below. John 8:23. I am the way and the truth and the life. John 14:6. Meaning your I amness or your consciousness is the truth and is the only reality and the cause of this physical world from below. It's dreaming this entire world into being. This is why you are told, let the weak man say, I am strong. Joel 3:10. For by his assumption, the cause substance I am is rearranged and must therefore manifest that which its rearrangement affirms. This principle governs every aspect of your life, be it social, financial, intellectual, or spiritual. Neville Goddard. So I am is the name of God, and He is your awareness of being. And unlike its shadow, which is this physical world, I am never ceases to exist. Thus you are immortal being who remains untouched by the dream that you are currently dreaming. The same way you remain untouched by the dream you are dreaming at night while asleep on your bed, believing the dream to be the only reality. I am is a feeling of permanent awareness. The very center of consciousness is the feeling of I am. I may forget who I am, where I am, what I am, but I cannot forget that I am. The awareness of being remains regardless of the degree of forgetfulness of who, where, and what I am. So this awareness of being is God, who is dreaming to be you by taking on your human form or your physical body. In other words, awareness became aware of being you or the human being. So everything here is God or awareness pushed out. Meaning everything in these three dimensions of space, or what we call this physical reality, is nothing more but imagination or consciousness made visible. So physical reality is essentially the dream that your spirit or your consciousness is currently having. It exists in you as consciousness. In other words, you are currently dreaming to be the physical body in this solid physical reality. Just like when you are dreaming at night, the experience in a dream feels so real. Yet when you wake up in the morning, you realize it was just a dream. Because the you who was dreaming the dream was asleep on a bed this entire time, believing the dream to be the only reality. Here is the quote by Neville Goddard on life being a dream. The universe, which we study with such care, is a dream, and we the dreamers of the dream, eternal dreamers, dreaming non-eternal dreams. One day we shall awaken from the dream, from the nightmare in which we fought with demons, to find that we never really left our eternal home, that we were never born and have never died, save in our dream. So what this means is that you as consciousness are dreaming the experience of being born and dying. So everything is taking place in you as consciousness or in your consciousness. Nothing is outside of you. So anything you can imagine already exists in you. Thus you can dream any state into being by simply rearranging the structure of your consciousness or your I am. This is what Neville is saying. I am objectifying what I am encountering all within me. So the whole vast world, though it appears without, it is within in my imagination, of which this world of mortality is but a shadow. So the whole thing is projected in my world on the screen of space, and it seems so real, and yet it is all within me. The whole vast world is but a dream. The whole vast world is a dream. And everything in this dream, is taking place simultaneously right now. And as you consciousness enter certain sections of this dream, or certain parallel realities in your imagination, you animate them and they become real to you and are projected on the screen of space. This is what Neville Goddard is saying about different sections of time or different parallel realities. I've done it unnumbered times. Sit on a chair and suddenly find myself slipping into what I'm seeing, which reason tells me I should not see. Then I step into the thing that I'm seeing, and the world closes behind me. And here I am in a world as real as this, a world that is terrestrial. I am as solid as I am now. I am talking to people, and they are solid, they are real. Here I am in an entirely different world, a different section of time, and yet I knew exactly where I was when it started. But there is no way to get back by taking a road. You can't go back by a road, because what road would I take tonight if suddenly I stepped into the year 1900? Where would I come back to find myself here if I slipped into the year 2000? You see, all things are taking place now. Eternity exists, and all things in eternity, independent of creation, which was an act of mercy. So the whole thing is taking place now. You and I enter certain sections of the dream, and as we enter it, we animate it. And the part becomes real to us. We only become aware of increasing portions of that which already is. Everything is. I can slip back in time or forward in time, and the past has not ceased to be. It is taking place as it took place and still takes place when anyone enters that section of time. The year 3000 is, and is taking place when anyone enters it. It's all taking place as the year 1969 finds us standing on the moon. It always has been so. The whole vast world is, and we are in a dream, dreaming all these lovely dreams and horrible dreams. Neville Goddard. So this is how you can prove to yourself that physical reality is an illusion or life is simply a waking dream. Imagine that you have already received what you want, or you are already the person you want to be right now. Because remember, everything exists right now. Everything is taking place simultaneously right now. So, become aware of already having the thing desired right now. Or imagine seeing or hearing exactly what you want to see or hear, even when your senses tell you the opposite or deny it. Imagine in first-person point of view a state, any state which would imply the fulfillment of your desire, and then keep looping that imaginal scene until it takes on the tones of reality. So loop your desired imaginal scene, which would imply the fulfillment of your desire, until it takes on the tones of reality, or until it feels like a memory. And then you can drop it knowing that it's a done deal, or persist in the awareness of already having that which you desire right now, because everything is taking place right now. This is how you can change the contents of your dream or make any invisible state visible, because you are the dreamer or the reality of the dream. Remember, you are the dreamer who is dreaming everything into being right now. You are the one who is dreaming, and therefore you can change the contents of your dream. Everything in the dream exists in you as consciousness simultaneously right now. And what this means is that you can dream any invisible state which exists in you or in your imagination into being, or objectify any state on the screen of space by simply becoming aware of already having that which you desire, or already being in your desired state, or your desired reality. This is how you make any invisible state or parallel reality visible by Neville Goddard. To cultivate the faculty of seeing the invisible, we should often deliberately disentangle our minds from the evidence of the senses and focus our attention on an invisible state, mentally feeling it and sensing it until it has all the distinctness of reality. Earnest, concentrated thought, focused in a particular direction, shuts out other sensations and causes them to disappear. We have but to concentrate on the state desired in order to see it. The habit of withdrawing attention from the region of sensation and concentrating it on the invisible develops our spiritual outlook and enables us to penetrate beyond the world of sense and to see that which is invisible. For the invisible things of Him from the creation of the world are clearly seen. Romans 1:20. This vision is completely independent of the natural faculties. Open it and quicken it. Without it, these instructions are useless, for the things of the Spirit are spiritually discerned. The whole vast world is but a dream. You know it, and you're trying to convince others and ask them to try to prove it. If this is real, well, then you can't change it. But if it's a dream, you could modify it. You could change it. Well, now, suppose things were, and you name it. You just simply suggest to yourself that things are as you would like them to be. Well, if it's a dream, it should take objective fact, and others will see it's real. But you know how it started. The origin of it was a dream. And although it seems to be objective and real, don't be lost in it. You know it's still a dream. And like all dreams, they will fade away. Neville Goddard.